And welcome back to another video on the Wrestle Debate and to my Money in the Bank 2021 predictions. The event is finally here, the first pay-per-view with crowds back and the second in total. I just can't wait for it, and Money in the Bank as well. It's just always a class pay-per-view, so yeah, really looking forward to this. Let's get straight into it, and we're starting things off with Ripley versus Charlotte Flair for the Raw Women's Championship. Ripley, her defense just hasn't been good so far. I mean, obviously it's not to do with her, it's to do with the booking, and WWE just loves Charlotte Flair here. I know I predicted this in the last pay-per-view, Hell in a Cell, but I just think it will happen this time. I just can't see them having another match, especially with crowds back now. So I think that it will kick off fans back with a fresh start, with Charlotte winning the belt. I kind of hope I'm wrong though. The Mysterios take on the Usos for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship on the kickoff show. Now, to be honest, this being on the kickoff show does put some doubt into my mind. The first pay-per-view back with crowds back, surely they give the faces the win, but they give them at WrestleMania, so I'm not utterly convinced. They're sure that they do a title change on the kickoff show, but who knows. I do think the Usos will get the win though. I do think it's just about time now, just to get all the bloodline with the belts and really elevate them even further. And yeah, I don't think it would harm the Mysterios too much. Styles and Omos take on the Viking Raiders for the Raw Tag Team titles at Money in the Bank, and this is an interesting one. Normally you're thinking clear-cut win for AJ and Omos, but I'm not so sure. The Viking Raiders have been on a decent run lately and seem to be getting a bit of a push ever since they returned, and AJ and Omos, I don't know, their title reign just hasn't felt as good as I really thought it would be, with Omos just being such an exciting character, so that makes it a harder decision. But I do think now crowds will back, WWE will pursue with AJ Styles and Omos, so I do think they will retain their title. Lashley takes on Kofi Kingston next up for the WWE Championship, and yeah, this is probably one of the easiest matches on the card to predict. Lashley, his title reign has been solid so far. Kofi Kingston, as good as he is, I just don't think WWE see him these days at least as a true main eventer, which makes it a pretty simple decision for me that Bobby Lashley will probably retain his WWE Championship and maybe move on to a big program against, I'm hoping, Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. Moving on now, Roman Reigns versus Edge for the Universal title. Nice to see Edge back, nice surprise, and yeah, this is going to be an interesting one. Edge, I just can't see him winning the title. Roman's just on such a roll at the moment, and WWE really want to stretch out this title reign. But I can see this match kind of kicking off a feud for SummerSlam with Seth Rollins interfering because he didn't get his shot. So I'm going to say Rollins interferes, and we get Roman Reigns with the win, and Seth Rollins and Edge kicking off a new feud, which I'd enjoy. In the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match, Zelina Vega, who's returning of course, takes on Asuka, Naomi, Alexa Bliss, Nikki, almost a superhero, Jesus Christ, Liv Morgan, Natalia and Tamina. Now, to be honest, this is an interesting one because no one really jumps out on the page here as like an obvious winner. Maybe Alexa Bliss, it's about time she got involved in the title picture again. And I kind of feel like it would suit her character, but I'm just not really sold, to be honest, which makes me think we're going to get a surprise return. Sonya Deville comes out and takes out one of the people and is involved in that match. I'd love to see that. Yeah, bring that to me, please, WWE. Finally, in the Men's Money in the Bank ladder match, Ricochet, Riddle, Kevin Owens, Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins, Big E, John Morrison and Shinsuke Nakamura square off, and this is such an interesting one. Yeah, it kind of boils down for a few people for me. Big E, I think, has to be in contention. He always seems to be skirting around the edges. And then you've got established stars like Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre, which I think are the favourites. My pick is Drew to win, but it really could go either way. I just think this is a way just to sneak him into the title picture again. Seth Rollins kind of had his moment in the sunlight, as has John Morrison. And then Riddle, Kevin Owens, Nakamura. Yeah, I just can't see WWE wanting to put the Money in the Bank briefcase on any of those, so I'm going to say Drew McIntyre for the win. Anyway guys, that's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, bring your thoughts and comments down below. Follow me on Twitter, link in the description below for daily wrestling news, and subscribe to my channel on screen right now, that'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace!